Today, we're talking about how to frame your action artistically, what that means, why it's important for actors, and much more right after this. Hi, the Inspired Actor here. If you're new to this channel, we are dedicated to helping actors become better artists through quick lessons like these and other videos about theater, film, and the actor's life. If you want to see more videos like these, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your colleagues. Thanks a lot. Let's talk about acting as action. All acting is action. Either external tangible action or internal intangible action. External action is your blocking, stage business, any visible movement. I move from point A to point B, pour a drink the drink, and set the drink down. Internal actions are the emotions and psychology of the character. I am crossing from point A to point B to pour myself a drink because my emotions and my mind are spinning wildly and I need to take a measure of control over them. Internal and external actions are the building blocks of our work. Each action builds on the one before, creating a through line of action for your character. Think about how you move in everyday life. Most movements in our daily lives are based on simple need. I am tired, I sit. I am hungry, I eat. I am thirsty, I drink. We rarely think consciously of our movement in and of itself, nor should we. It would be weird. We experience movement as a function to satisfy our needs and nothing more. In acting, this is quite the opposite. Every movement has meaning in acting, both from a technical standpoint and an artistic one. On film, if I take a drink on a certain line, then I will need to take a drink on that same line, that same word, every time. Continuity depends on it. In theater, well-composed stage pictures are essential. The director may have painstakingly placed me somewhere on the stage to draw focus and balance the stage picture, so moving wherever I like is not really something I can do. Individually, each internal and external movement is a part of the entirety of my performance. Thoughtless action is not artistic. It is most likely a distraction from the overall story of my character that I am trying to tell. Remember, acting is a performing art. It is an art form. In all art, specificity is key. We need to make each choice with as much specific creative detail as possible. We need to be conscious of these choices, and they need to be repeatable. Without the ability to replicate the performance, then multiple takes or shows are not possible. Even in improv, we need to be conscious of our choices in order to create callbacks, patterns, or storytelling in the work. Conscious action elevates our movement from being merely functional to a means of artistic expression. As performing artists, we must practice framing all action of consequence artistically. As we learn to place our consequential action into an artistic frame, we will begin to think of our work more specifically, which will enhance the power of our performance moment to moment to moment. Conscious action begins with the artistic frame. There are 4 parts to the artistic frame. First, we must prepare for the action. Think of passing a ball. How do we pass this ball? Remember the 3 laws of composition: triplicity, polarity, and transformation. We begin each throw with a wind-up. The ball begins in a state of polarity from the goal, as far away from the goal as possible, and still within our reach. With a fully formed wind-up, we can move the ball forward quite a distance. Without this preparation, the throw will go nowhere. However, if you ask any pitcher, the throw is not just a physical exercise. The pitcher must have a clear idea of where they want to place the ball in order to throw the ball. Just as we cannot follow a map without knowing what our destination is, the action cannot proceed without having a clear picture of what that movement will be. Therefore, preparation must contain both a physical polarity of the action and a clear visualization of the objective. A poor throw is one in which the person passing the ball has only the most basic grasp of the direction they want to throw the ball. A great throw is one that lands exactly in the catcher's mitt with minimal external effort on their part. In acting, strong preparation creates action that is filled with a feeling of ease, form, beauty, and completeness. That is why everything from rehearsal and character analysis to warming up and crossing the threshold are so essential. The next piece of the artistic frame is the action itself. Again, the action is either internal or external and is composed of a beginning, middle, and end. The action must end as far away as possible from where it began, and it must be transformative throughout the process. In other words, the action must be fully formed. I cannot emphasize this enough. Having a strong feeling of form separates bad acting from good acting. In teaching my students, I can tell immediately when an actor is not executing a clear, playable objective. They shuffle, fidget, or otherwise thoughtlessly move from one place to another, fail to connect with their scene partner, have no sense of urgency, and fail to reach any level of truth in their performance. Don't be that actor. Have a clear picture of the action being performed both internally and externally, and play that action as completely as you can. The third part of the artistic frame is the sustain. Again, this is where acting and real life diverge, and it is essential for actors to understand this element in order to be performers. In life, no one needs to see everything that we do. In fact, most things we do go unnoticed. Whether it's enjoying some music or picking up a set of keys, the actions we do in our daily life are not part of storytelling. In acting, everything we do internally or externally that tells the story of our character and adds to the story of the play or movie we are in must be felt and experienced by the viewer or audience. If it is not seen and experienced, then it did not happen. Many actors get frustrated with directors who seem to be telling them to do something that they felt they were already doing. The director may tell them to make a loving choice or find the frustration in the scene, and they're like, I was already doing that, you dumb director. But here's the deal. If your acting stops at your skin, then you are not acting. Acting requires you to radiate and sustain your feelings and psychology through the lens of the camera or past the apron of the stage directly into the hearts and minds of the audience. Radiation is the key to sustaining the inner life of each moment we play on stage long enough and strong enough to have an effect on both our audience and ourselves. This can vary depending on the specific energy of the action, but it is essential that it be long and strong enough to achieve the full effect. Actors who cannot radiate at will struggle with their choices being felt and understood by their audience. It is important that an actor practice radiating each action fully through the power of their imagination and will force. Through repetition, the actor will notice that the inner life of their characters will be more clearly experienced by their audience, their scene partners, their director, and themselves, creating a greater feeling of ease, power, and subtlety in their work. The final step of the artistic frame is the stop. One cannot radiate a single moment in perpetuity, so it is important for the actor-artist to understand when one moment ends and another begins. Again, we as artists strive for clarity and specificity in all that we do, and it is important that we feel when a moment has in fact ended. A frame cannot serve its function without a boundary, and sometimes it takes practice for the actor to understand when they are no longer playing the same action, but are in fact undertaking a completely new thing. Let's use the artistic frame with the very simple action of throwing and catching a ball. When does the action begin? Preparation. First, I as a thrower must find a receiver. I need to find where I am going to throw the ball in order to even think about throwing the ball, or else I'm just going to throw the ball randomly without rhyme or reason. Then I must make sure that the receiver knows I am about to throw a ball at them. Again, if I just throw something at them without making sure that they know I am throwing something at them, then they have a very good chance of getting hit in the head with a ball they had no idea was coming. That is not the goal. Then I begin the act of communicating the throw. The throw in this case is a form of nonverbal communication, and what I am saying, if I had to articulate it verbally, is, here, catch this ball. This is what I want the receiver to do, and I should have a clear image in my head of the receiver catching the ball. In other words, this is visualization, and it is something we do naturally, as we tend to think in terms of moving pictures. Rarely do we think in terms of written words, action. The laws of composition are at play. I wind up, I throw the ball in the direction of the receiver with the objective of them catching the ball. Each point of the throw is a moment in time all the way to it reaching the catcher's hands. Sustain. The throw is the external action, but the internal action of the throw is not over when it leaves my hands. I am still radiating the action with full concentration and imagination all the way through to the catch. If I walked away as soon as I threw the ball, then my communication is incomplete. The throw is not over until I have seen and understood the consequences of the throw. Has the catcher caught the ball or dropped the ball? Has the communication succeeded or failed? A throw with a strong objective is radiated by the sender naturally by virtue of our concentration. By concentrating on the action, I radiate the throw to the catcher, and I am open to receiving data from my partner as to whether my objective has succeeded or not. Stop. The throw is over not when I have physically thrown the ball, nor is it over when I know that the receiver has caught the ball. It is over only when the receiver has communicated with me that my action has succeeded or failed. If in throwing a ball, the subtext of the action was, "Here, catch this ball," then my objective is to have the receiver catch the ball. Nothing is over until both the sender and receiver have finished the action of the throw and the catch. Only then can the receiver decide what to do next by either building on the action that preceded it or doing something entirely different. Either way, it's a new action and the old action is over. And that's how the artistic frame works. Preparation, action, sustain, and stop. Visualize, do, radiate, and end. This is the breakdown of how action in acting works. All action in acting serves a larger artistic goal. If you've been watching these videos for a while now, you will notice how strongly I emphasize the need for specificity of form in our work as actors. As we continue to work, you will see its importance more and more. And as you do, you will accept nothing less than that satisfying feeling of form in your actions that will serve to strengthen each moment you have on stage and on film. Now, am I saying you need to break down consciously each and every moment in the role you are playing? Of course not. Acting still requires you to live truthfully and experientially in the moment. That being said, understanding the artistic frame will focus your action to make it serve the artistic purpose of the play, movie, or character, even when you are not consciously using it. Through repetition and practice in rehearsal, you will be able to focus your performance with a feeling of ease. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.